Hello, this is Rai and Chris.
I'm Chris.
There we are. Wonderful. We are the podcaster show known as We Hate Skill Windows because we just don't like them. There's good reason for that though. This is the fourth episode. Um, Even though if you go and look at the channel, you'll notice it's episode three. Episode two is privatized or unlisted, and episode one has been taken down. Anyhow, today we are reviewing the Lord's coins aren't decreasing? Question mark, exclamation mark. So let's get into it. Uh, this is a story. Maybe I'll read the like synopsis. Actually, no, the synopsis makes no sense. Uh, Basically, there's a guy named Aaron Steelguard. He's a regressor because of course he is. And he comes back to the past because he does dimensional trading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's dimensional trading?
What is dimensional trading, Chris? You just recently read this. Can you explain to me?
All right. So this is kind of an out there concept, but uh, on that the setting of this world is like your typical knight's magic fantasy setting, and then there's also like the Murum world, which is like the martial arts type world, and so dimensional trading is a type of magic, which is just like any auction house in any game where you can just trade between the two worlds. And in fact, there are multiple dimensions. There are multiple different Murum
There's
worlds, and there are
multiple
multiple
levels
different.
of dimensions as
Oh
well.
yeah, you can also level up your dimensional trading and move to what they call higher channels, where you can sell and access the bigger and better traders, merchants, items, dimensions.
Yeah,
It's
it's a weird system.
it's a pretty out there one. I agree.
I mean, props to the author for making a system that I've never seen or will never probably see again. I don't think anyone's gonna try to copy this. This is weird. Uh, so our main character, Aaron, uh, he died, and by death, he went back in time. I think like a few decades or something.
Yeah, like 20 years.
Yeah,
15,
like
16, yeah.
quite a while later. Uh, Basically, he died in I think like his 30s or 40s. Came
33,
back as like a kid,
yeah.
so he's must have went back like 20 or 25 years. Anyhow, in his past life, to utilize dimensional trading, he used a, a translucent book. I, I guess. Um,
Yep.
but because he came back in time, he now has the dimensional trading book stored in his eye. This all makes
Yep.
sense,
We
right?
I accept it. Yep.
Yep. So he's got a book that sits in his eye. When he accesses it, he sees skill windows. He spends the majority of his time being oddly nice to his family, which is cool and all, but why is no one questioning that he's just become a different person overnight? I don't know. I feel like in all of the stories where this happens, they're just like, "Oh, how'd you get so nice all of a sudden?" And the MC's like, "Oh, well, I guess I just had a change of heart." And the family's like, "Oh, welcome back, son." If I 180'd my personality overnight, I feel like my parents would.
I
Uh,
think you've done something really terrible, and they're like, "What are you covering up?"
yeah, they'd be suspicious. They'd be like, "You sussy fucking baka." Like they would not just be like,
Did you
"Oh,
like?
welcome back, son." Uh,
Did you murder someone? Why are you
yeah.
acting so nice?
Did you like drop out of college? Did you? Did you just lose a lot of money on the crypto stock market? Like crypto bro, you know blockchain. Buy some
Ah,
NFTs. You bought uh the like Twitter founder's signature.
Oh,
Oh, there's a story that goes with that in the real world here. The person who bought the Twitter signature, he bought it for like an insane amount of money. It might have been like a little scary.
heck? People have too much money.
Hold on, it's like Jack Dorsey's signature, right? Yeah. So, uh, I'm just gonna complain about this. This isn't part of the podcast, but that's what a podcast does, right? It's just real quick. Crypto entrepreneur Sina Estavi, he bought Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet as a Twitter founder for $2.9 million last year. He listed the NFT for sale for $48 million, and he intended to donate the rest of it to charity. The top bid was $280.
Wait, 280,
No,
280 million?
280.00.
Oh, this poor fool.
Yeah,
Uh, that's, I mean, I feel like if anything, it belongs in a museum. It doesn't
it only
belong in
got
a
7 offers, and one of them was $6.
tragic.
Oh man, he really, really severely miscalculated. I think people like, yeah, I'm sure Jack Dorsey was fine selling it for 2.9 million, but like, you really think you're gonna get returns?
48 million.
You're not gonna
Jesus.
get returns on that. Anyhow, perhaps, yeah, you know, maybe there should be a webcomic webtoon that'll be like, I went back in time just so I could start making NFTs 20 years earlier. That could almost be interesting. I would almost not read it. Anyhow, dimensional trading. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
that's
I'm just
basically
gonna
dimensional
I'm
trading.
just gonna complain about the system. I think it's real sus. What the fuck? Are you telling me no one in his world has thought about buying out all of one stock and selling it at lower prices? That's literally how you fucking do the system. That everyone has done that since forever. It's right.
Er,
It's what's it like? Something in demand. Forgot the
Supply and
saying.
demand,
Yeah, supply
yeah.
and demand. You buy out all the supply, you monopolize that shit, and then you sell it at low fucking prices because no one can compare. So something that happens in this novel, or not novel. This is based on the webcomic. I don't know if there's a novel, but in the webcomic, he has this whole arc where he's battling this guy who's also on the Dimensional Trader website about, isn't it magic stones, mana stones?
yeah, magic crystals.
Yeah. So these things like boost your mana or your energy or whatever, and he buys a bunch of them. In fact, he like scams the scammer, or he exposes the scammer basically, and the scammer's like, "Ah, fine. What do you want?" And he's like, "I'll take your entire stock." Um, he does this to like almost everyone on like the level 1 channel or whatever, and then starts to sell them at absurdly low prices. And of course, people are like, "Yeah, of course. Why not?" And then all the sellers like form a coalition against him. But why did no one else think of doing this?
What? So one of the reasons, like, this is a failing strategy, right? Because you're losing money most of the time if you're trying to form a monopoly to drive the other people out of business, because you're eventually gonna like run out of capital to buy and sell the magic stones at a loss.
Oh wait,
But
but wait, Chris. This man is a VIP.
FT,
Have
yeah.
have you heard about the VIP system? Did you ever
This
so you're trading on the stock market. You buy on a loss and you sell when it's high. What if you sold when it was low and you still got money? Does that make any sense? It shouldn't. So this character has a VIP pass. You know those battle passes you have in video games? This is a VIP pass for dimensional trading. It operates the same way, basically. It's like the Maple Story battle pass, or like VIP.
VIP
It,
system,
it
yeah.
feels like it. It feels like they literally ripped Maple Story. Maybe they did. Uh,
A couple games of VIP systems, but yeah.
yeah, but oh man, yeah, this
Just
guy for every like X amount he spends, he gets like money back. He
a
gets cash
percentage
back.
back. Yeah.
So when he's selling low, he's still somehow selling high. It does not make sense. Also, when he buys the
Yeah.
stones, he gets money back for buying it.
He gets a so the VIP system is so like most of the time if you tried buying like if you bought for 26 and sold for 26, you'd lose money actually because there's a transaction fee. But if you're a VIP, you don't get the transaction fee. And if you whenever he buys something, he gets something called like cash back for his purchase, which is like a percentage of the price he paid for. It's all crazy crap, but basically you can do a lot of really dirty things.
Yeah, let's also not forget that all of this is being treated with like monopoly money. Uh, it's like some fictional currency that you
Yeah,
can
the
only
exchange currency
utilize in dimensional trading.
for trading. But you can
It
turn it into your world's money or other
you
world's money.
can I I don't understand. In the first place, like the trading is both secretive and reputable. It can't be both. You can't do that. You can't be like no one knows about this, but also a lot of people know about it, but no one
Anyone,
knows about it.
it seems like no one or at least not very many people in the magic worlds, or like the
Yeah, in
mana
Aaron's
knights
world,
fantasy, but like
yeah,
almost everyone in the Muram world
everyone
knows
in
about it
Muram is using
apparently.
it. Yeah. Yeah, so for the context, Aaron Steelguard, his family, he's a knight's family. His world is a magic fantasy world. In his world, it's that stereotypical everyone has mana, and mana can be used to cast magic, and that's their world. Through dimensional trading, this man encounters people from the classic Murim world, which is very prominent in a lot of webtoons, and in the Muram world, it seems like everyone is aware of dimensional traders and just sort of deals with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But a lot of this is him like trying to get revenge on his enemy. I don't think I can do justice of calling this man by the right name, and I don't know if you want to either, Chris.
Later on, they call the enemy Khunz, Khunz.
Yeah, it's like Kun from Tower of God, right? Put a Z on the end of it. And in some other translation, it is spelled Kuntz, which is not much better. You can sort of tell what horrible joke this author was going for, probably. I'm not gonna say it,
Uh,
and I
it was
don't think
pretty
we
funny.
should.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's the horrible humor you expect from this shit.
but
Yeah,
I I thought the setting was pretty out there, and it was a bit since a lot of the plot comes to the form of like trading on the market. There's not much like battle action or like that type of deals, but I think the basic like storytelling principles in this webtoon are pretty solid. Like I enjoyed how they everything was done through like dialogue or like a lot of the story
a lot of the
isn't
story was done through text messages, Chris.
yeah the text message format and like they never had like a monologue where like this person really has to like go through
Oh,
the entire
they
setting of the
never did
story.
the lore dump.
Yeah, they didn't do like a huge lore dump. Like I think they really tried to keep the readers engaged by like I don't know, like always talking about the plot, about the current action that's being forced on, and if they were like if they ever needed to engage in like lore dumping, they would do it kind of smartly and creatively through like like dialogue between people or just like a backstory memory, which was cool. Um,
Yeah, this world was pretty light on forcing you to learn about everything. But then again, I feel like if they did explain the system very well, no one would want to read it.
yeah, then it would just
Like it
be
would
like,
become Doctor
here's this
Stone.
cool, yeah, here's this cool system I created. Here's my like 500-page essay on how it works. Please read it. Uh, I think the author kind of understood that it would have been boring to just hear about the exchange system and instead focused on like the various types of exchange battles that took place in it instead and explained through things through those. Also, I I really thought the pet was really cute. This guy has a little mascot
Yeah, the
pet. It's
ferret
incredibly
thing.
cute. Yeah,
Yeah, that was cute. It was.
there may not be like a super big overarching story that's been revealed yet, but in the little like mini arcs and mini stories, I think each of like the stories were pretty well focused on. They didn't like try and muddle with too many side stories all at once. And I thought like I don't know, I felt engaged the entire time in every story. I will say I'm not like super impressed with the characters, I guess. They don't really focus on any one character except for the main character. And the main character's got like, generic power fantasy personality.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's just not very outstanding. He has that very generic. Hi, I'm the main character. I have blonde hair, and
I'm
I'm
like
supposedly probably European or something.
I'm like super OP. Yeah.
He doesn't have like
It's
a interesting design. Like not to say that many of the ones we've at least reviewed so far have had uh right? Like we haven't picked any that have very unique designs either.
yeah.
Like
Not yet at least.
not yet. We'll get to them.
Well, yeah, there are a couple I can think of that
I
I'm like,
mean,
wow, I
hold on.
really
The
like this main character. Oh,
Reincarnation of
Battle
Suicidal
Suicide
Battle
and
God,
Battle
that one
God.
had
You're right.
very concrete designs.
That was yeah, that character was pretty well fleshed out, I think.
Yeah, but like my daughter's the final boss. Eh, he's a
There's not
dad.
enough of the story to see truly where that
uh,
character's going. This character, I think,
I think this could be cool.
is consistently like neutral evil, which I think is nice.
Wait, wait, he's neutral
Uh,
evil? Isn't he
Chaotic
chaotic
evil,
neutral?
maybe. I don't think.
He's only taken revenge
eh,
on one person. It's not
I,
that bad.
he's
He hasn't killed that many
he's
people.
pretty well connected in the underground world.
What?
He's he's pretty okay with just killing people or or
Wait.
doing some really
Is it
nasty things.
underground if just no one knows about? Well, I guess that's the underground.
I think this person is pretty solid. I like how there's only a little bit of wishy-washy in this person. Like he does good things every now and then.
Yeah, he does things to benefit himself. He doesn't. He's not one of those main characters where it's like, oh, I went back in time, but uh, I'm still very nice for some reason, and I'm gonna let people push me around because I'm a very nice person.
He
He
does it every now and then. Like sometimes he's like, "Oh, I guess I'll save this person. I didn't do it for you. I did it for my pride or whatever."
I did it because
But
they insulted my family.
uh,
Like him, like
yeah,
helping out his instructor at school. He's like, oh well, I did
yeah,
this,
like
but also I want to get him on my side.
yeah, this person seems like a useful person.
A
I should
useful
get them
asset for
on
the
my
future.
side.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this because I'm a good person or
Little
anything. No, no, no,
tsundere
no,
or
no.
something.
Yeah, he's got like that type of personality. Uh, it, it, eh, I would say it's a bit overdone.
Yesterday you
But
told me he was an asshole. Do you still think he's an asshole?
Honestly, yeah. He's not like repulsive or anything.
He he's just not great either.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fair.
he can't.
You know
He's
the
not the
part
type of
where
person to
he puts the worm in the guy's brain?
train. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a part where he's like weeding out a spy and he gives the guy a thing to drink and the drink has like a worm in it and apparently if you poke one worm, the other worm feels real sad and yells and torture,
yeah.
torture. Yeah.
It's basically like the ultimate torture device, apparently.
And he got it from some crazy guy in Muram that he's fine trading with.
Yeah,
It's like what was it like the demon of hell or something?
yeah,
And he's like, ah
yeah.
yes, I know him, he's pretty cool. Yeah, he does stuff like that. It's almost refreshing. I just he can't get away with this forever, surely.
He's a power fantasy character. He will. Uh,
Yeah,
um,
that's the issue, isn't it? That is
I don't
the
know.
issue.
I guess. Um, I don't know. If I were to think about like something that really caught me throughout the entire webtoon, there wouldn't really be like a single moment that was like, wow, this remember that moment? Like there was nothing super memorable, but I thought it was like an engaging read throughout. I definitely this character doesn't like focus on relationships that much, you know. We'll never be able to see not like romantic ones, but like just any like form of connection or bond with any of the people around him besides his pet. So it's I feel like we won't be seeing much like character growth, character change, unfortunately. But I don't know. What do you think?
Uh, I feel like he shouldn't have killed off his like pseudo rival so quickly.
It did like remove a lot of the tension in the
Like
story or
usually,
lack of
usually in a power,
expectation.
like okay, to be fair, you know, to be fair, they're breaking the expectation. That's a good thing, sort of, if done correctly. But also, usually in these sort of things, like regression or power fantasy, you have this rival. And this rival is like the worst person in the fucking world. They are like cowardly and greedy and horrible and demeaning and racist usually. And they exist there for like the whole novel or the whole comic, and they're just there to beat the shit out of the main protagonist and bully them. Well, this main character just decided, fuck that, I'll just kill him. And he killed him like pretty early.
Super, super early.
Like, I think at like chapter 20 or something.
And he was like, "Ah, so you've arrived. Well, I can
Well, I
finally
guess
kill
no
you."
more.
That
But
was a pretty intense
his
scene.
plan was so bad. Oh yes, I'm going away. Please don't ever come look for me. Who the fuck would believe that?
Uh,
Who would believe?
I
I don't think he
think
should
they
have killed him.
managed. Yeah, it was it might have been a bit too early. It was very like, oh frick, that was like the
Incapacitate
entire
him,
plot
or
of the
like put him in
story.
a coma. Leave the guy so he can come and take revenge. Don't force the story to go to the path of the dad of the person you killed comes for revenge. That's even more annoying. Why have it fall to that? I just
I think it's a little bit okay. I don't know. I liked how immediately after, like from what I was feeling as I was reading it, I was thinking like, oh frick, that was like the entire story plot. It's just gone now. But then, like literally, like
but
the next
then
panel over,
surprise, surprise, it's the academy.
or
You
the next,
yeah.
the next panel over, he talked about how like, oh, actually, like my petty revenge doesn't matter. Like I should really thinking about like what really caused this entire story's horrible events. And like he immediately shifted the focus of the story to like his father disappearing, which caused him to be the Lord, which caused all this calamity to fall on him. Like I think was a nice clarity moment, and
Yeah, post
it
nut
kept the
clarity from killing someone.
yeah, and I don't know. I think it kept the tension still throughout the
I mean,
story, or
yeah,
kept like
it
the
presents
drama.
that there's still mysteries to be unsolved, yeah,
Yeah,
or to be solved. Yeah,
but I will
that's
admit,
fair.
like immediately after he killed him, I was like, wow, that was the quickest story ever. Next one, here we come.
Yeah, I like how
And I
it's
was
all.
like,
It, you know, someone's been watching too much true crime. Oh yeah, so let me just pour this body dissolving liquid on him. Ah, there we go. No one will
oh,
ever find him again. The fuck are you doing? Oh,
I guess I don't get too caught up on like the specifics or like the magic or the system or the combat system, but yeah, everything is very convenient in this webtoon.
yeah, it's a power fantasy, all right. This guy, he has like pretty natural talent, but he has the ability to just buy techniques on the black market, basically. And he like scammed some Muram guy who scammed him in his past life, but didn't scam him in this real life. Out of all of his internal energy.
I I really, really, really
Uh,
like the personalities of some of the like the rivals and the enemies and like just the portrayal of like I don't know the side characters. Like there's this one um market person that scammed him in his previous life that he forced basically into like a forced labor contract for him.
yeah, yeah, it's the
Uh,
Muram guy, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's pretty
I
funny.
don't know. Yeah, he just has kind of a funny personality afterward.
Well, yeah, he's also
Um,
really desperate to get his internal energy back because the main character literally took all of it.
okay, took all of it, yeah. Uh, I would say there was no like, yeah, everything was done pretty cleanly, I think. Like there was no like, I don't know, horrible missteps, I think, in any of the tropes. Like no one like fudged their personalities too much. That made me think, wow, that was kind of weird. Uh, all the tropes were done kind of well, consistently, at least. But there, I don't know. Oh, what do you think of the characters?
I I'm gonna try to find a chapter. I don't know if I can though. There was a point where I just started feeling like it was just really dumb. It's when he goes to school. So let's just point out that I don't like school arcs. I don't like it because it's annoyingly overdone. And I'm not saying it's bad. I understand that a lot of them have them. I just feel like a lot of them do it shittily and then pass it off like, oh, well, everyone's gotta have one. And this is from the perspective of someone who has written a school arc. Years ago, I wrote a web novel. Novik? I read
Novel?
I wrote a web novel. I was about to say I read a web novic. Fuck. Words. What are those? Yeah, I wrote a web novel with a friend years and years ago in like 2010. Well, boy, it started on a school arc. It started on a school arc, then I had a tournament arc, and then we stopped writing. Uh, those are like, the staples. But did we do it well? Probably not. I feel like our tournament was pretty good, but like, why? Why do they always have to go to school? Why do they always have to go to school? I don't understand. Why do they always have to go to Night Academy, to Magic Academy, to fucking Tax Evading Academy? Why? Why can't they just do something else? They always go
To
to
be
school.
fair, they really dodged like 90% of the school plot.
Oh well, yeah, they go to school, but they don't learn anything. They just learn how to beat people up and assert dominance. Yeah, of course. But why is it always the school setting?
Or well, I mean, like in the school setting, apparently this school has something called solo training for people who are just too genius and need to learn by themselves. Uh, and basically, like for from the beginning of school till about the current
Yeah, it's
uh
like isolation,
manga,
right?
yeah, isolation training. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's basically like, oh, I'm gonna use my isolation training
Uh,
day, and he basically goes off and does like more power fantasy stuff elsewhere. Um, yeah.
Oop, muted myself on Discord accidentally. I was trying to find the chapter where he talks about his classmates and his like roommates. I just
Oh yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember who they are because they're so fucking insignificant.
They appeared for like yeah, like two panels.
I don't know where it is. Uh, Murim. It's still the Murim arc. Oh, this is when the dad discovers his son got fucking disappeared.
I think that was one of the more unnecessary points in the story, but it was still like I don't know. It's such an overdone type of trope that I wasn't like too affected by it, I guess. Like
No, it's
the
fine. I just want to
whole
point out the shitty designs on the two cool new characters you get introduced to. I just need to find it. I think it's here. Oh yeah, he also like does really shit on the tests. But you know why? It's because he's holding back. I just go wild, damn it. Why are you why do they always have to like I have to conceal my power level? Just fuck everything. Fuck everything. Go wild. Just stop trying to care. I feel like it's people read power fantasies because they want to see the OP bullshit. They don't want to see a normal school arc. But a lot of these are like I feel like a lot of these authors and artists, it's almost as if like they they want to write a power fantasy so it'll sell well and so people will read it. But they also want to write a school arc because they just want to write a school arc. I just don't feel like it's necessary. Anyhow, I think I'm close to finding the thing. Uh, yeah, his roommate is Dmitry Tolibrimon.
yeah, some random know nothing
He's just no
character.
one. He's literally
No,
no one.
this entire like series of events, like you meet the roommate gets beat up, you avenge the roommate. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
he like he goes in the yeah the roommate like spars right,
Yeah,
and he like
or
get
like
or
so
something happened.
he spars with like one of the top level people, and he forces them down into a lower class.
Yeah,
And so that person later goes on to like
he like kidnaps the roommate.
kidnap the roommate. Is like, huh, hey,
Ah, yes, he's waiting for you in
could
the forest.
yeah, they like try to lure him to this place. They try to ambush him, and the main protagonist is like, haha, joke's on you.
Joke's on
And
you,
then
I'm really strong. But like,
the
why? You don't even remember who this person is. Why
yeah,
do
I
you
think
care?
this was one
Just
of the
he's fucking
unnecessary
generic no
points.
one.
They like literally every single character in this entire little arc disappears except for the main character. Like they literally
Yeah, like you're gonna outpace these people in the academy. In fact, he's not even going to school. He's not even attending fucking classes. It's like if you
yeah,
went enrolled in a university and then it said, I'm gonna take a gap year on your first year. You're just not even there. And how does he do that? Oh yes, he bribes the teacher or whatever. Or he like
Yeah,
blackmails the teacher, sort of.
it's like a both.
It's like a beneficial blackmail. It's like I
Like
have
I'm
dirt on
black.
you, but the dirt is also useful because I'm actually helping you. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the school arc. I don't like it. Certain webcomics and webtoons do it very well. Lazy Lord Master's Sword is something that does it well. And
Oh
it
my
does it
god.
well because the characters are fleshed out and they have personalities, damn it.
And they're actually used. Yeah.
And they actually show up again. Yeah, the recurring characters. The whole point of a story is to have recurring cast. A lot of these Power Fantasies are like, alright, I went to this first town. Alright, moving on. The next town.
Yeah, this
Moving on. Like, it's like they're like
yeah,
designed like RPG games. Like you go to the starting town, you meet everyone there, you spend a few years there, and then you leave. And you never go back. Because why would you? But that's not how stories should be, in my opinion at least. I feel like all the good ones, they have a large cast of characters that you meet, but they also have recurring characters.
mm,
The Lord's Coin, the only recurring characters are the traders.
yeah, they're like yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's a little annoying. I feel like it's it's not I
It
just
doesn't feel like one big story. It feels like a bunch of mini episodes.
no, well, I'm still hung up on the school arc, sorry.
Oh, okay.
The, everyone in the school just has such shit design. Everyone in the school, including the main character, they're wearing like shitty half ties now that I'm looking at it. It's just so bad. His roommate's just shit. And yeah, his roommate's incompetent, but like, oh, I'm reading the chapter, and Aaron's like, oh, he reminds me of my past self, someone who was angry at my own incompetence, and it's payback for dredging up memories that I wish to forget. Okay, sure,
Yo.
but why?
You have to have that. I'm
I
not helping you because I want to help you. I'm helping
I
you because this guy made me think of something bad and I didn't like
I
that.
just
I'm
want
not
to
helping
see
you.
more main characters like John from Unordinary. All right. I know how much you don't
Interesting.
actually like that, probably, but I
Interesting.
I just want more where the main character power fantasy he's had enough. And he's just gonna go and fuck over everyone in his fucking life who has ever wronged him because fuck everyone. I want that teenage mercenary vibe of I'll kill you. I'll kill your family and then I'll kill your family's family. Like just do that. Skip all the bullshit. It's fluff. It's literal fluff. Just get to the part where
Yo.
you're OP and strong again, because that's what we all want to see. I'm just a typical reader, I guess. I don't care about the heartwarming nothingness. The pet's cute. That was really about it. When I was reading it, I was like, Chris might like this, and it's probably because the pet's cute.
That was cute.
Yeah, the pet is cute, and if a pet is cute, then it is worth reading. Daughter cute, pet cute. That's about it, right?
I think this is better than my daughter's final boss.
uh,
I don't think I can genuinely say I was that interested in my daughter's final boss.
what do you
But
mean? There was a daughter. Also, I had screenshotted this stuff. This is just internal screenshotting, guys. But look at that thing. It's cute.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
The what's his
cute,
name?
damn it.
Sari is has one of the best designs ever. Makes a lot of actually this entire webtoon, like it's not like exceptionally good on like the expressions of characters,
In fact, it's pretty bad. I
but
was trying to
every
explain
now
to
and
you that
then,
the main. Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Just
Oh
real
no, I
quick.
was just gonna say every now and then they're pretty good. Go on.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. The main character has like same face syndrome.
Yeah, that's true.
He's drawn with the same expression every single panel. I hate the expression as well. I can almost find it like immediately. Give me a second. I'll just find it on some random panel. It's just a shitty nothing. It it's
He
just
doesn't convey much information. Yeah,
it's like this sort of expression. He's got his like mouth in a three-quarters position and it's sort of open. And you'll see it like again and again. And I don't think it's like because it's bad art or something. I think it's lazy art. And I think it's just because people aren't getting paid enough to do this shit.
mm.
Sometimes this guy does have good expressions. Sometimes it's quite good. When he's trading and all that, it's pretty funny. Because he's like a real piece of shit when he trades.
Yeah,
But in his real life, he's just like really not interesting. I just
I agree.
let me find a good. Also, there's cultivation in this, by the way. Did you
Oh
enjoy that?
yeah, that
The heavenly
was
cultivation technique,
every time I see it, I'm just like, okay, we're doing this
and
again.
him doing
It's
martial
just,
arts, but he's not of the martial arts world.
mhm.
It's
it, it's kind of weird how they decided that martial arts are way better than magic, but okay, that's fair.
yeah. Also, apparently, like prior to right, like prior to now, he was just sort of like ignored by his family.
And everyone, yeah,
Yeah, but after he came back, he like made himself more useful, and he like sort of forced the siblings to recognize that he's there too.
yeah.
So that's good.
Got to see
It's
a couple heartwarming moments.
a couple, not that many,
Yeah,
just a
they were
couple.
pretty shallow though because you only see these characters for like 2 panels. But whatever.
I can't find the exact expression I'm going for, and I'm scrolling through a few chapters now. Ah, that's annoying.
Let's grade this.
Damn, we haven't even gone to an hour yet. Yeah, let's just end this one. This one wasn't particularly great. Why? Why is every review just like this wasn't great? All right, like usual, it's gonna be art, uh, art story, characters. All right, what is art out of 10?
Mm, I'll give it a 7.
You, you kind fuck.
I feel like whenever I see art as good, like this is still like webtoon quality art, I feel. It's like
I
worse than other webtoons, but other webtoons have some pretty insane studios working for them. This is still like, I don't know, up there.
I might have just read too much, but I like that heavy stylized stuff. This is like generic. And also, as an artist myself, the characters have like really shit design. Like when you're making a main character in any sort of book or comic or anything, you should try your best to make it stand out. You want people to like read the comic and they come back a year later and they still know who the main character is.
Mm.
This doesn't do that. Just being blonde will not do that. Like, I what's a good example of this? I guess like as much as I don't really play this, Pokemon, like the trainers, the gym leaders.
Oh yeah,
Those guys are
yeah.
super like stylized in a certain way, and they all look very like I don't know what his name is, but you know that one guy, he's like the buff guy, Leaf Pokemon
Oh,
Plant Man.
Milo.
Yeah, he looks.
Yeah,
Yeah, he like it's a very simple design, but you can tell that he uses certain Pokemon. I would assume.
yeah. He's like the grass type person. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's totally not because he wears all green, but like, you know, like have a theme. I don't know. Like it just isn't very. This guy just isn't. If I look up, can I find anything about the main character? This doesn't seem to be a valid search on Google. Nope, there we are. Oh, there is a web novel for it, I think. He looks a little bit cooler than the web novel.
Okay, that must explain like the three different arts I find of Aaron all the time.
Yeah, wait, look at this one. I looked up, like, Lord's coins aren't disappearing or decreasing Aaron. And this is the one that I find. That, I
Oh,
mean, he
yeah.
looks cooler there. Why is he so shit in the web novel, webtoon?
Studio hasn't paid enough to wear this crap.
They aren't. Wait, there's a manga for it too? And he actually looks cooler in the manga too? What the fuck?
There's a manga. Hmm.
Or, well, it says manga, but it's probably just a webtoon.
Yeah,
Oh, it made a list called
oh
25 best manhwa with game system. Are you kidding? Best? This is on the list. It's
wait,
unique. I'll
this
give
is
it that.
barely a game system. This is like there's no like skills being used.
It's
There's just
it's number
skill
25 out of
window.
26.
Okay.
Yeah, they give it a 5 out of 20 for game aspect. Art 10 out of
Yeah.
10? Fuck you. I disagree.
I don't know. I feel like okay. Well, what score do you give it?
Uh, to be generous, I'll give it a 5.
Oh.
So we'll give it a 6.
Okay. I
Okay, listen.
I'm
I'll try to explain.
so
I'll try to
shocked.
explain. Okay.
There are comics out there like Danma and freaking like
No, you don't get to criticize
six
Denma. Denma is
people.
stylized. There's a difference between stylized and shit. There
I
is
feel
a
like the level
difference.
of time and effort
You
and
think this took effort?
quality. I'm pretty sure that there had to have been a highly skilled studio behind this.
Yeah,
Still,
I'm gonna give you just a random screenshot. You think this took effort to draw? You think these people spent time on this drawing? This is just usual line art, very simple shading.
okay, that's one of like the in between scenes. I don't know. I feel like as a whole, like it wasn't like exceptional, but it was still
Yeah, what
like
about
they
this
it
panel
was like webtoon
succeeding it,
quality.
where he just doesn't have eyes? What about that?
Okay, but what about the cat picture every time Sari appears?
Yeah, well, they gotta spend money drawing what makes them money, Chris.
I'm just saying, I feel like this is at least like
I feel like
like in the
the daughter is the
territory where
final
there's
boss
like
was better
a
than this.
yeah that one must have had an actually like insane studio
And in
because
fact, Worthless Regression is just good.
Resurrection also has really good
Worthless
like
Regression
insane.
was the first one we covered. It actually got a
Yeah.
few more chapters since we
And we
covered it.
gave those like 8.5 and 9 because like they're like
Yeah,
exceptional.
because it's also very unique. This is generic. I have
Okay.
seen so many with the same generic art style. I can't be rating them all highly. It's gotta impress me, right?
I feel like we have to base it on like the time, effort, and like how much training these people had to receive to be able to draw like this. I don't know.
Okay, You know what? I will split the scores because it seems like this is debatable. Oh, you gave it a 7 out of 10, yeah?
Well, we can give it a 6. I think a 6 is a
No,
pretty,
no, no. I
this is
will write
fair.
that you gave it a 7 out of 10. I gave it a 6 out of 10, or a 5 out of 10.
Alright, the story.
Because you can have your opinion. I am just someone who has higher standards because I draw. I've drawn for a very long time. And I'm not saying I can make this. I'm just saying if I did try to make this, I would try to make it better. The story, I, oh,
I think the overall plot wasn't
I,
like,
I want to rate it highly just because I think dimensional trading is cool.
yeah.
I
I
don't
I think the
think
story
the
was actually
story
okay.
was great, but it wasn't bad.
It doesn't. Yeah,
It's
I think
just
the story was pretty
too
well
slow
explained.
right now. It's one of those where it hasn't really went anywhere. It's like any of the other ones that we've seen. Like they're all adaptations. I'm sure if you read the novel, you'll see a lot more story. But right now, there's like no little to no information to base it off of. I would say for the story, as of right now, and I'm gonna include the like dimensional trading bit. Uh, I'm gonna give it an 8.
I'll also give it a date.
Right, we're gonna agree on the 8. Wonderful. And I really, it's just that I have not seen anything with dimensional trading in it. I doubt I will ever see something like this again.
Yeah, we never talked about this, but it also has its own world system. Like it borrows heavily from like two tropes, but like, they at least took their time to like
Well,
make their own worlds kind
yeah, I
of. They made
guess it's not
dimensional
Earth,
trading
huh?
stuff.
Is that the the criteria? It's not set on Earth, and there's no
Yeah,
outbreak of
basically.
monsters and gates.
Yeah, basically. It has a unique setting, and
Yeah, it doesn't
I don't
borrow
know.
from other stuff. Like for example, after Omniscient Reader became popular, so many webtoons were like,
Constellation
I'm the
maps.
constellation that rules the world. The
Ah,
constellation that returned from
ah.
hell. The constellations love me. I will kill all the constellations. Listen, you didn't make that up.
Oh,
Omniscient Reader
painful.
created a cool system, and you guys are fucking leeching off the system to make it a shittier
I
version.
know. It just feels so dirty. Like they might be actually good stories, but every
It
time I
could
read it, I
be,
feel
but
icky. I
it
feel like
feels
very
yeah.
icky reading them.
Omniscient Reader had a whole thing where it's like, oh, haha, one of the main characters is a plagiarist. It's like they didn't even probably didn't even read it. They were just like, oh, it has constellations. Let's take that. They literally did what the novel was criticizing in the first place.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we can talk about the characters now.
Aaron. Aaron is he's a solid 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
I like I said, his design is generic. I don't like that. His personality is not bad. I, he he's just sort of slow. Like he's
yeah,
slow at doing stuff, progressing the plot. Well, I don't know. There's not much plot to progress, I guess. He's methodical, I guess would be the better word. He's taking his time.
he's very mechanical. I agree.
For someone who went back like 20 years in the past and knows of a lot of events in the future, he's not very urgent. Like
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
going very fast. Also, at some point, my picture on the Discord reactive changed. I don't know why.
Oh,
Yeah, I changed to my um, non-animated one. It's just now my Discord icon. I don't know why. Sort of sad. Why did it change? Hold on, let me try to change it back. Why did it change? I didn't even notice when it changed. But now it's my Discord icon, which is fine, but like, why did it change? Oh,
Oh,
because it logged me out of Discord on the thing, the reactive.
oh,
I
weird,
think
weird.
so. Uh,
Discord is being weird.
yeah. Hold on. Let me copy it again. I'm gonna do the thing again. No?
I guess while that's happening, I'll I'll give my score on the character.
Yeah. Give your score.
I'll say I was. Oh yeah, the characters in this, they're all like okay. They're like not bad. They're not like mediocre. Some of them are, but they're
Okay.
they're all just okay.
I'm gonna have to like make custom stuff. Turn off the reactive here. I'm just gonna straight up put you in as well, Chris.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll give the characters a 6.
A
I at
six.
least did not hate them.
I guess the issue is okay. There we go. Now we're back. Now we shouldn't interfere with anything. Okay. It's just weird at some point to see my Discord icon and not the knight. But you remained Frosh all the way through for some reason, despite you not being Frosh on Discord. So I don't know what's happening there. That's sort of weird. Anyhow, yeah, well, okay. So the issue about the criteria, right? Uh,
Yeah.
also hold on. Apparently, it didn't save what we gave for the story. In fact, it didn't save what we gave from a lot of it. Hold on. Gotta write this stuff again.
Yee.
Okay, story was what is it? 7 out of 10? 8 out
8.
of
I
10?
gave it an 8.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So my issue about characters is who else was really in the story besides Aaron?
Throughout, um,
Like, there's the dad. The dad's sort of cool. In fact, the
dad's
dad
not
has
bad.
quite a cool design. Why did
That's
Aaron not
interesting.
inherit this design? Maybe I should
I
amend the score. The dad was cool. Only
I can
certain
still
characters
agree
are
on
cool.
only certain characters are cool.
I just feel like the majority of them are not. His rival, whose name we really shouldn't be pronouncing, uh, that was like a cool design for like a stuck-up brat, you know? Like that was pretty stereotypical, but it was also like well done.
Are you talking about his art or his personality?
Art and design.
Okay. I don't recall what this person looks like.
He had like a bowl cut.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I kind of
Yeah, he
recall
looked
now.
like
Yeah.
he looked like how he acted.
Yeah, I agree.
It
He
was like
embodied
very
what he looked like. Yeah.
caricature,
Yeah, yeah. It was
caricature.
smartly done.
Yeah, like in other webcomics, he'd just be a generic nothing, but he's also an
Yeah.
asshole. But this one, it was like this is an asshole, yes, and you can tell that he's an asshole because he's got the asshole hair, and he stands like an asshole. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Was it all the characters?
Well, shit. I still think the, I still think the thing. That story though. Six out
When
of
I
10.
think of the characters, like, so a lot of them we don't see for more than one arc. And, I can't really say that they're good characters yet if I've only seen them
I
for like an arc.
If I was only rating Aaron and his family, I would give them like a 6 or a 7, really, because Aaron's pretty interesting, but he's also the main character. It's just an issue of
Yeah,
everyone else in the world is like nothing.
they're really
They're
nothing,
very one-dimensional. His teachers, his roommate, the knights he trains with, even the spy guy, they're like
Yeah,
insignificant.
they haven't been expanded on at all.
They just
It's a
don't
little
do
bit
a whole
hard to
lot.
rate.
I just don't. I don't know.
I
Fuck,
kind of
man.
like the relationships, like the spy guy and Aaron has is like this kind of weird,
Master
like,
servant, sort of
yeah, and then like
forced.
also like, and I like the how like Aaron with the spy is like, I don't know, they've got like a cordial yet something like I don't know, just
It,
still professional atmosphere, but like Aaron with like the trader he scams, like total just like master ex-servant relationship, like completely
yeah, it's like
totally just like
you
I
belong
am
to
above
me,
you.
and there's nothing else. We're not friends. We will never be friends.
That one's an interesting
That's
one.
true. You bring up a good thing too. The traders are cool. I think all the trader personalities are pretty cool. They
Yeah,
also have good
they're
art. Damn it! I should amend my art score then. Fuck. I'll give it a
and I really
6.
liked some
I'll
I
raise
really
my
liked
from a 5 to a 6.
I I really liked a lot of the conversations in the trader chat. They're I don't know. They're enjoyable to read.
Yeah, they were.
There's some pretty good
Ooh.
dialogue going on. I don't know. But we don't see them too often. I still think I have to give the characters like a 6 or 7. I'll give them tentatively a 7 because I believe in this story just a little bit.
I will also tentatively give it a 7. I like a lot of the characters that show up more, but the characters that they have at the moment for the 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 academy arc are
They didn't affect anything except for the
they're
instructor, and even
incredibly
then it was
generic.
you know
And saying generic is being nice to them. They are nothings, and they are meant to be nothings, and they will always be nothings because that's what they were made for. Oh, it's so
it
sad.
was a waste of the story. It was like that that part of the arc, the student arc, the dueling nonsense arc.
Yeah, the
It
arc that's
was
probably going to continue for a while until he graduates and goes somewhere else.
you know. So what's our final score?
Do we have a final
Seven
score?
plus 8 plus 6.5 divided by 30. Oh dang, we gave this a 7.1 or 7.2.
Guess we'll put up the final score as well. I didn't think we did final scores.
Yeah, we give a like a an average of the 3 scores we gave.
Okay. Final score is like 7.2.
Yeah, 7.16666.
We'll round it up and be nice. Okay, 7.2 then. Well, here comes the difficult part. Would you like to just review the Lord's, or not the Lord, Lazy Lord,
Oh. Should we?
or should we wait? Uh-huh.
We should wait. We should wait.
We
We
should
should wait.
wait. You know, we
Um.
should review the gamer.
No, I refuse to read
We
it.
should review the gamer.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you don't want to read the
Oh,
gamer? It's so
that
good.
one's so long
It
too,
is
though.
very
But
long.
sure, sure, sure. I read most of it, so I just have to read.
We don't have to. I honestly don't want to.
Oh God, I cannot believe I ever read this at any point in my life.
You know,
Jesus
since we
Christ.
made this, we can also expand it to just like webtoons. We could technically review Dice. That would also take a long time to reread, but it
Yeah.
might be worth it. It's finished now. We could see it. I just don't know if I want to. It's like revisiting an old friend who failed you miserably and is in debt to you, but they don't know that. They owe me my time, damn it. They took so much of my time, and they repaid me with shit, and a fucking battle royale that lasted for like 600 chapters.
Oh no, oh no.
Never just felt so sad.
Oh yeah, some of these older webtoons that we invested so much of our time and I don't know emotions into, and they just completely betray it. It's rough.
You know, I'm gonna pitch you some here. I don't know one of them. I know the other one. Is that fine?
Sure.
I don't know this one. This feels awfully generic, which is why I'm pitching it. Here's the first title. It's Return of the Shattered Constellation.
Oh,
And here's the second one. This one I have read, The World After the End. So why do I know about The World After the End? Because the artists who did it also did Solo Leveling. Or actually, no, wait.
wow.
I think it's the artist that did stuff. Wait, is it? I might be wrong about that. Hold on. I might be wrong about that. No, it's not. Okay, I was wrong. The author is the person who wrote Omniscient Reader. That's right. That might make you want to read it less, honestly.
An
But
original story brought to you by the author of Omniscient Reader. Wow.
as a personal fan of Omniscient Reader, I I liked this one.
Sure. I'll read this.
Do you want to try one of them, or do you want to try another one
Uh,
of them?
yeah. Let's do the world after the end.
Okay.
Or how many chapters is it? Oh,
World
only
After the End
20?
is only 20, so it's a pretty short read. We could try to just
Uh,
review two at the same time if we wanted to.
nah. That might
Nah.
take too long.
Okay. This one's cool. This one the art's pretty good, nice. I feel like you can't really trust my art opinions anymore. Uh this one's nice. I like this one.
It does look like it has really good art.
You'll also probably hate the setting, but that's part of the charm. Right, should we wrap up?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for watching this. It sort of was a lot of bungling technical issues at the end, but did not hate this webcomic. I just sort of wish it was less slow. I don't know. It wasn't that bad. Anyway, we'll be back next week. Well, next week, sort of. We like skipped a week by looping around and recording it on weird days. So now we recording on Wednesday, but we used to record on Fridays.
It
So I
is.
don't
Yeah.
know what'll happen, and I don't really want to record another episode in 2 days. But we could. Uh, we'll
We
figure
could,
that
yeah.
out. Yeah, we could actually. We could. I am also working Friday though, so I don't know when I'll. Yeah, we'll have to
Got it,
see.
got it.
But anyhow, World After the End is what we're gonna be reviewing next. And I guess I don't know if we should do this or not, but hey, if you like what you're watching and for some reason you watched until the end of a minute or an hour and 10 minutes, then congratulations and subscribe, please. I wanna smash that like button and subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't. Maybe we should say that at the beginning, because no one's gonna like watch until the end.
that's fair.
A note for Friday. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording now. See ya.